I will be starting shortly. Damn, it feels good to get this up and running again. I was actually legitimately doing my announcements right now. See if I even remember where I was. Oh, excuse me. Alright, hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my live stream Let's Play of Planescape Torment. For those of you who are watching either new or old, I do have the rest of the series up on the YouTube channel, so it's just a matter of restarting where I was from. Now, when last I left off, I had run into a bug. And that bug was basically, when I leave the Alley of Lingering Sighs and I turn in the quest here, it crashed. Every single time it crashed. So I was looking up hints and tips and all kinds of patches and shit, right? It said the easiest way to fix it was to simply leave everybody up here and then run up here with my main character. Now the problem with that is that it still crashes. It just doesn't crash every single time. I managed to get through once, but then there's a cutscene on the other side that comes. It goes immediately into a quest starting cutscene, and that has a chance of crashing on some systems. So we got like about, I want to say, a 25% chance of actually getting through this without crashing. So let's go ahead and follow up on it. As you approach the stone face, the various ambient sounds of the alley once again assault your ears, and through them the voice speaks. You have returned. I have reversed the repairs as you have asked. Yes, it is all in order. I am grateful. Again the wind... Oh my shit, my chair is fucking up with me. Again the wind begins to blow around you, this time with fierce intensity. The omnipresent sounds of the alley begin to increase in volume until the soft murmur of the voice is nearly drowned out by the ensuing racket. Now you must go. Division begins. The way is now open to you. Farewell. Nice experience. The stone face before you begins to transform once again, its mass shifting and roiling as you look on. The entire wall seems to melt before your eyes, exposing a narrow passageway beyond. The ground underfoot suddenly begins to rock violently, and the soft sighing of the wind intensifies to a more urgent, almost human-like moaning. You can hear the sounds of crushing stones and snapping boards all around you as you dash into the passageway.
Updated my journal.
And here we go, cutscene time. So this is the Alley of Groaning Sighs, basically like giving birth. It's the way that sigil changes. Since belief engenders actual physical manifestation in this particular universe, that's kind of what happens. Okay, so I got through that without crashing. Now let's get through this part without crashing. And we get somebody approaching us. You there, sir. You look like you might be interested in some fine clothes. And why does Morty go over there? Is it the one? It's a skull, ain't it? That's what he wants. Grab it. Oh no, somebody's kidnapping Morty. Whatever shall we do? Can we catch up? Oh no, they've run off.
All right.
Oh no. So Morty got captured and run away with. So I don't have a lot to do here. Let's start asking around, find out where Morty went. You see a feral-looking woman in shoddy clothes, or a feral-looking young man in shoddy clothes. You know what? Give me a moment. I gotta put my fucking glasses on. it doesn't help me any. I'm nearsighted. No, this font is just too small. Damn, I'm getting old. You see a feral-looking young man in shoddy clothes. His eyes dart about as he scans his surroundings. He notices your approach and begins eyeing you warily. Greetings. He looks you up and down, then glances about. Returning his attention to you, he gives you a wicked grin. You'd best have a good reason for disturbing Lenny, Merc. I have some questions. He laughs at you. I ain't no tout. If you got questions, go find one. His smile broadens. You'd best push off before I have to bleed you. I just need to ask you a few questions. He stops smiling and frowns at you. No, I don't answer questions, Burke. I told you to go find a tout. Now get. He glares at you. Fine, farewell. I should just murder his ass.
I'm gone.
Alright, so I'm in a new area. Let's go ahead and take a look. We got the upper ward, the coffin maker, a wrecked house, the pawn shop, the marketplace, the siege tower, the print shop, the warehouse, entrance to the Great Foundry. That goes back to where I came, and yeah, that's it. So let's go to the pawn shop. Or actually, let's go back to the main square here and see if we can't find anybody who might have seen what happened to Morty. Not that I'm terribly interested in getting him back, but I guess if it's a storyline thing, I guess I have to. This woman has a yellow cast to her skin and severe features. Tattoos cover her body, and she wears a long blade at her side. Her eyes are like two small black pearls. As you approach her, they follow Dakon's movements. Before you reach her, Dakon breaks in. I would have you hear me. What is it, Dakon? It is my will that we not speak with this woman. Why not? She is a Zerth. Our wills are cross blades. We have no common ground. Your wish has been noted. We will speak to her anyway. As you approach, she ignores you entirely. Dakon gives her a slight bow, which she ignores entirely. She looses a string of harsh words at Dakon, and he replies in a level tone. This only seems to infuriate her. Shall I wait, or... See, it's always a question of what options give you experience in this game. I will wait. After another small flurry of conversation, the woman suddenly ceases speaking to Dakon. I will not hear you. You will hear me, human. You are not known to me, but your trappings speak ill of you. Your body is a book written in scars and blood, and you walk in the shadow of a pariah that does not know Zerthamon and does not know himself. Speak your mind. Can you teach me the Githzerai language? If the one you travel with cannot be bothered to do so, I shall educate you. Githzerai's speech is based on history. All things become story to us. Metaphor is a powerful tool, an inspiration to heroism for our people, and a deterrent for villainous deeds. When we speak of Torig's table, we remember that Torig was noted for his hospitality and goodwill. When we speak of Selquant's heart, we recall the lecherous and cruel natures of Selquant. Do you understand?
Updated my journal.
Experience time. Your education continues. A wise man wrote the Book of the Anarchs. To accuse someone of treason is to remember Vilkar's eye. It is said of generous people that their cupboards are bare. Common greetings include Hail Swordringer and Zerkai's kin bow to you. To which one should respond, and the traveler is pleased. And your mind is filled with many other such phrases. More questions. Akali drowning, ask and you shall be answered. You teach me the way of Zerthamon. Her eyes harden. You travel with one who calls himself a Zerth, and he lectures me on my morality, and yet you ask if I can teach you the way? Ask him to teach you, for I will not. Calm down. What do you mean when you said I walk in the shadow of a pariah? You walk with a pariah, and you know not his history? He is quick to speak other words, but of his history he has remained silent. Ask him of Shra Klator. I'm not going to pronounce that. Of the fall of the mighty fortress to the Githyanki, and see what his divided mind reveals to you. Ask him how he speaks with Zerthamon's words, but not Karak as his mist. But not his Karak as his mist. Ah, fuck that. That's this weird sentence. It is not Zerthamon's words that lack conviction, it is their echoes that have been distorted. There is no doubt in how Zerthamon's mind is spoken. Generations of Zerth are as the Rakma's jewel, of one mind to this matter. Your stance carries with it a divided mind. The doubt is yours, an echo that can cast from your own faithlessness. An echo cast from your own faithlessness. So, the Githzeri and the Githyanki are two factions of the same coin, basically. They were humanoid creatures enslaved by the Mind Flayers in the astral plane. And what eventually became the Lich Queen Gith helped free them. Half of them went to stay in the astral plane and became the Githyanki, and the other half moved to the plane of Limbo, where they had to remain disciplined in pretty much like a quasi-religious monastic order to form the shape of Limbo into real being with their own minds. So that's why they're kind of uptight, and that's why they're kind of against anybody who might go against that. Because if you start getting factionalization, then the nature of Limbo makes it so each faction's reality becomes true. It's a neat little quality of that plane. Your words speak not the mind of Zerthamon. They are shaped of angles and hate, as if molded from Gith's mind itself. You shall lie with the dead of Shakatlor in shifting chaos, for you see all with Vilkar's eye. Your mind is divided, your Karak. Yeah, and it's another thing is that Githzeri are like lawful neutral, I think, whereas Githyanki are chaotic evil. So there is a very real danger in there. For them, at least. Stand in the way of the blades. As if sensing your intent, Dekon speaks to you without breaking the gaze he holds with Kilnod. Hold fast and do not stand in the way of our blades. You know what? Let them fight. The blades of the two fly at each other in a whirlwind of motion.
I feel stronger.
And I think I legit just leveled up. Now here's the question. Dekon is like really low on health. So I'll join him. Okay. Was that worth it? Probably not. I probably fucked myself out of a quest, but we'll see. Now let's go ahead and talk to Dekon. If I can remember how.
What is your will?
Alright. There are things I would know. Dekon, what is Shrak Blor? I have no idea how to pronounce that still. Dekon's forehead creases as if he was struck a blow. It is not my will that we speak of that place. Dekon, tell me, what is Shrak Blor? Dekon is silent for a moment. No, it is the place where I died my first death. What is this place? It is one of the great homes of the people. It has suffered many wounds in its life. One of its scars is by my hand. What do you mean? Upon the rolling plains of Limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos with their thoughts. That's what I was talking about earlier, where they shape, like, the very essence of Limbo. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. Dekon raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stone. As Dekon speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal misting and melting along the edges. Many divided minds may destroy a city. Okay? Long have I known the words of Zerthamon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthamon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether it be the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerthamon without knowing the words of Zerthamon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. Alright, so by his very doubt, he like changed the nature of his area. So you doubted the words? No. Dekron's voice is edged, and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words, yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerthamon knew them. And so division formed. As my mind became as two, as my mind became divided, those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Githzerai, many hundreds of scores of Githzerai doubted. Shraklord died that day. Okay. Damn. That's gotta be rough on his conscience. So those who followed you came to doubt the words as well, and the city was weakened. The enemies of Zerthamon came. Know that their hatred for his words and the people lent their blades strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city, and they brought war with them. Many Githzerai drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of their enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade, as if it is blistering. Know this happened long ago. And what happened to him? As I fell from the walls of Shraklor, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon limbo's seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. I suffered. As I neared death, I came to know myself. I survived, that is all. Alright, I think that's all I need to know about that. Interesting backstory Dekron has. Now, during all that, I leveled up. So let's go ahead and hit my statistics screen and level up. What am I leveling up in as? Mage? Yeah, mage. Don't know why. Yeah. Just accept. Alright, what next? We're still reeling over the loss of... Yeah, really regretting the loss of Morty. Not really. You know, I didn't actually put a spot in for Morty once I finished my party layout, so him being kidnapped is not necessarily a bad thing. You see a middle-aged man wearing dusty clothes. He does not appear to be in the best of health. The skin is pale. His skin is pale yellow, and you see an occasional pustule along his arms. Greetings. He turns and glances at you from behind hollow eyes. His eyes narrow in suspicion as he continues to glance around. What do you want? His voice is raspy. Alright. Do I get the chance to ask anybody about what happened to Morty? He like vanished and I can't find him. Alright, he turns his attention to you. What are you bothering me for? I look the part of a tout? You seem to be a knowledgeable individual that I can learn from. He sighs. What you be wanting to know? This chair. My God, this chair. Okay. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. Name's Coral. In my day, I was a pretty good warrior. He pauses and sighs. Well, them days is over, but I still know a trick or two. Can you teach me the warrior's way? Well, why not? Are you sure you want to give up your current profession? Oh, no, I'm not, because I want to go ahead and stick to being a mage for a while. Let's continue on with what I was doing. I have some questions. Are you feeling all right? Nothing a few years of death won't cure. He coughs and looks up. Air's been getting worse in the war of late. By my reckon, it should level out once the Great Foundry settles, or a wind blows through from the spire. What is with the air here? It's mostly because of all the portals. He has a coughing fit and then returns his attention to it. What do you mean? Lots of doors to the lower planes here, letting in bad air and fumes and such from who knows what layer of the abyss. That's why this here's the lower ward, he laughs. A jaunt through this area is like breathing in a meal. Salt, smoke, pipeweed. It's all yellow blankets of smoke and stinging sulfurous gas that this ward spits out. He gives you a gap-toothed smile. Pretty, eh? Yes, you mentioned the foundry? Sent to other ward, pretty much. Look for the stacks. Them guardsmen make a bunch of things. Them guardsmen make a bunch of things out of iron. Nothing fancy, but they work. Add to the bad air, too. Godsman? The Believers have their kip in the Great Foundry, banging and singing and chanting in their barmy silliness on being powers in the next 10 upon 10 and 100 other 10 lifetimes. He rolls his eyes, then spits a brown mass from his mouth. All they do is suffer and slave and work. I slave twice as hard, and no way am I going to get any sort of power, you understand me, Bert? Okay. Something about the winds. At time, winds blow in from Sigil's spire, drive the smog out. He glances up and coughs. For a while. Alright, other questions. What can you tell me about this ward? You clueless craftsmen, craftsmen shops, warehouses, all have their kip here. He squints at you, his eyes somewhat bleary. You looking for something in particular? What's there to do around here? He studies you for a moment, then looks at you knowingly. You looking to get your iron tempered, maybe? He laughs, which breaks into coughing. None of them places near. Might try some of the kips in the other wards if that's what you'd be after. Excuse me? He laughs again, which breaks into an even greater fit of coughing. Sorry, Cutter, never you mind. You looking for something in particular? I could use some jink. If you be looking for work, then your luck's run dry. Little enough to go round for those who live here. And to buy some things. If you're looking to buy an item or two, or peddle some higher merchandise, that would make one's way to the open-air market. Alright, what can you tell me about the market? You can buy it. Alright, other questions? Anything interesting to see around here? He concentrates for a moment. Well, there's the tower. It seems to come up in the chant a lot. What about the tower? Ha! He laughs, but it soon breaks into coughing. One of the more damnable mysteries of this world. Hear tell it simply dumped itself in Sigil one day, many, many years ago. No idea where it came from, how it got there, or how to get in the damn thing. It takes up space and looks like a sight. All them acid burns, weapon scars. Looks like it's seen a few hundred wars, it does. Anything else? Alright, I have this. Okay, here we go. I had a skull and it's been stolen from me. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? He looks a little uncomfortable. Missing a skull, are you? Well, now, you never heard such from me, but there's people in these parts that, he glances around, make a living by collecting the heads of the dead. Work for a basher named Lothar. They call him the Master of the Bones. Where can I find him? Now that's dangerous wigwag. If I were to say anything, which I'm not, I would say to keep an eye out for a gutted building here in the ward. Maybe you would find something there, eh? But you never heard such from me. Alright, so I got a lead on where Morty is. I think that's it. So let's check out this pawn shop, see if there's anything interesting in there. There's all these named people. There's Vorton up there. And see, here I'm in the rest of the city, and now I can actually flesh out the rest of my party. But that means going through these wards without really thoroughly investigating them. So I should get everybody over there. Alright. So what's in here? We've got Mika and Broca.
Done.
Ha ha.
All right.
Naming the shopkeep Broca. Mika, this rotund woman, complete with shrewish eyes and a nasal voice, brays out. Now what we have here? What have we here? A customer? Do mine eyes spy a customer? The diminutive man replies, Of course your eyes spy a customer. They see a customer all the time. Customers on the street. We have no customers. We will never have customers. It is useless and forlorn to hope for. He pauses, his eyes alight on you. Mika, we have a customer. That's what I've been saying to you. She lowers her voice and turns to you. What can we do for you? Let's talk about trades. So, Broca in Mika's pawn shop. Whispering flask. It's like an aid in a flask. Glass eye. Crimson sphere earring. Nice fire resist item. Ring of the Traveler. It's AC +1. I guess that may be more useful than nothing. Should I pick it up? Boost somebody's AC? Yeah, let's buy it. Boom! Oh, your inventory is full. Well, here. Let's sell this. Now let's buy it. There we go. And who can wear it? Hold on, what's my AC? Yeah, my main can wear it. Better than nothing. Everybody's got slots free. But my main is the one that really needs the armor class. Okay. What can you tell me about the area? Ah, you want to know about the area? I can tell you many things about the area. There are many sights to see. And the first thing you'll mention will be the brothel, no doubt. The brothel for you men. It's always the brothel or the civic fest hall, never the market or... I was going to tell him about the market, but now I'm going to tell him about the brothel, just to spite you. And then I'll tell him about the civic fest hall, and never will I mention any of the other attractions. The two of them degenerate into a shouting match, ignoring you. They're so busy shouting at each other they don't pay any attention to you. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna let them fight for a while. Tell you what, let's continue on our way. Let's see, where do we go? I'll come back and go to the market at some other point. And in fact, I will hit up a lot of these places after I have a chance to look around these other wards. Let's go to the upper ward, and I think after that I need to go to the clerk's ward. So hopefully, I haven't been to the clerk's ward yet. This takes me to the upper ward, but I'm not seeing the upper ward anywhere. I can't get to the upper ward. Wait, hold on. Did this just take me to the clerk's ward? Yeah, the clerk's ward. There we go. The brothel of slaking intellectualists. Now, here's the question I have.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
I don't know. I think you have to have a minimum wisdom to recruit who I want to recruit here.
All right.
But we will see. I mean, I do have an 18 intelligence. I don't know if that's actually going to make up for it.
All right.
Alright, so here is the brothel. And here's who I need to talk to. Fall from grace. Before you was a stunning golden-haired woman, dressed in an azure and violet dress, with two long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She is surveying the room with a slight smile. She is easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
The woman turns as you address her. She takes your measure, then nods slightly. You notice her eyes are azure, the exact same color as her dress. Okay. Who
Updated
are you?
my journal.
I am called Fall from Grace. She studies you for a moment. You are new to Sigil, are you not? I suspect I have been here for quite some time, actually. Fall from Grace raises an eyebrow. Indeed? Yes, but it is a long tale, perhaps longer than I know. I am more interested in what this place is. This is the brothel for slaking intellectualists. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake of this establishment? What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in the verbal arts with others. Alright. Why did you establish such a place? Fall from Grace raises an eyebrow. That's an odd question. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that, at least directly. So, why did you? Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. So that's the Sensates faction. And you know, I gotta admit, I have no idea what faction I'm gonna try to join. Let's see. And that's why you established this place? This brothel is intended to slake the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fill the hive and lower worlds. Alright, the woman must be here must be very special indeed. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction, to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have a natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. And they are ladies in training, so to speak. Yes, I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. To be able to employ language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. Alright, see, here's the thing. She can be recruited. She's a cleric, and I remember recruiting her before, I just don't remember what the requirements were. Because all of the companions have requirements. Alright, those wings on your back, what are you? She's one of the fiends, one of the succubi she is. She'll take your measure, then she'll take your soul to the lower planes, so she will. Your companion is correct. I am a lesser Tanaree. More specifically, a succubus. She gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with the various pleasures of the flesh.
Updated my journal.
I'd like to think that I have distanced myself from that. It is ultimately a trivial and non-productive way for one to spend one's time here in the multiverse. There is much more to life, wouldn't you agree? Okay. I came here looking for help. Perhaps you can help me. Help? What kind of help are you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In doing so, I've lost myself. You have been stricken with amnesia? Fall from grace looks pain. How terrible. Do you have any idea how it happened? Not really, at least not that I can remember. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary, and everything before that is black. You awoke in the mortuary? I think the dustman mistook me for being dead. Or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. Fall from grace seems to be appraising you with renewed interest. Those scars on your body, may I? Yes. Fall from grace drags her finger across your chest lightly, tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking. What do you intend to do now? Alright, let's go. No, let's do the first one here. I need to get my memories back. Excuse me. I need to get my memories back, and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. Fall from grace is still thinking, her finger tapping on her chin. I must say, I have never met a man who had lost himself in the literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like not knowing who I am, what I may have done, who my enemies are, and who my friends. I have offended you with my words. I give my apology if you will have it. Apology accepted.
Updated my journal.
Can I ask some more questions first? Would you like to join me on my travels? Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't need the likes of her. So's we don't. Travel with you? Fall from grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring Anna. That's rather forward of you. You're a sensei. Surely there must be a limit on how much you can learn here. I think you would be surprised. If you want me to accompany you on your travels, I need a far more compelling reason than that. You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who is searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested. Such a suggestion is intriguing, make no mistake about that. Then you would like to travel with me? If you wish me to, then there is something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not.
Updated my journal.
So let's go ahead and speak to the people in this establishment. There's 10 students. Let me do a quick circle here. Get the map exposed.
Done.
And, Modron.
Done.
There's Vivian, there's some Modrons in there.
Done. I'm gone.
And there's Delora. So talk to Delora first. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, you note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be gray, are the color of brushed steel. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection. It has a certain far-away quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings, I am called Delora. May I serve you somehow? In what ways can you serve me? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently, if that is your wish. I am also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something, though I have the materials for few such games here. Let's see, should we debate or play a game? Let's try to play a game. Is there anything in particular you wish to play? No, I don't really remember any games. Then allow me to show you. Delora brings out a thin, lacquered box, which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. The contents of the box prove to be a number of polished stone chips, half of them black, half of them white. This game goes by many names. Shall I explain the rules to you? Yes, please. Delora explains the game. Alright. Let's play. As you play, you come to realize that you've done so before. You recall various ploys and strategies that have won you previous games and employ every trick you know to beat her. Suddenly, a strange feeling comes over you, a memory trying to surface. Allowed a memory to surface. Got more experience. Nice. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind. Atop a great hill overlooking the fighting, you sat, mounted upon a massive four-legged beast. The braying of horns carried your orders to the troops below. Even as you watched, your forces divided, fleeing left and right as the foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord, you. The fools, you had thought, lips curling into a wicked smile. My knights shall charge down the hillside and stop their advance in an instant. And at that moment, my retreating footmen will fall in to crush their flanks. Ah, yet another victory soon to be mine. You suddenly realize that Delora is watching you intently. Are you feeling well? We might take up the game another day if you so wish. Let's continue the game. Delora plays excellently, counteracting all but your most crafty moves, but eventually your feints and calculated maneuvers win her over her well-crafted strategy. She nods approvingly as she begins to put the game away. You are a fine player, perhaps a master. I commend you for your skill. Thanks, but do you always play so mercilessly? Mistress Grace instructed me to hold nothing back, for another of her students plays so that her opponent will always just manage a win. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience, a true challenge rather than something that might be more pleasing to one's ego. Let's talk about debating. Man, there's going to be a lot of text in this episode. I've basically got to talk to 10 of these people and learn their secrets, basically. Alright, that is correct. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. Should you have a matter to discuss, however, the 15 factions and their effect on Sigillian politics, and the most effective battle stratagems for warring in Acheron, the meaning of existence itself, I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in debate. Let's choose a topic and see if you can best her. You choose a topic and begin. Thank God I don't have to actually do it. The debate lasts a long time as the two of you exchange points and counterpoints, each attempting to methodically undermine the other's position. As you speak, a strange feeling begins to come over you, a memory trying to surface. And this is the great thing about the Sensates, is that this entire area can inspire so many memories that you're just unlocking them one after the other. Memories of a great hall begin to form in your mind, a vast place full of well-dressed elites. A formal ball was taking place. Before you was a small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion. It was emblazoned with a symbol you dimly recall as the sign of one. The two of you stood in a circle of onlookers who'd gathered to listen to your debate. But that's impossible, the man was saying, looking perplexed. Oh, but it is, you recall yourself replying. I've made several inarguable points and given you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Were I to accept that, Yes, you'd cease to exist. And without a flash of lights or a puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. The onlookers oohed and awed, and some clapped. You remember giving a flourishing bow and walking away, a small, satisfied smile upon your lips. You suddenly realize Delora is watching you closely. Are you feeling well? Etc., continue the debate. As hard pressed as you are, tripping over my own words. As hard pressed as you are to beat Delora's infallible sense of logic, you eventually win out. She merely nods in approval. You're a most skilled debater. This there is no denying. I do feel, though, that had I time to perform some research, you might not have bested me. Perhaps not. I'd consider that an unfair advantage, though. If you would like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. I could argue your position this time, should you desire it. Alright, wait, are you always so ruthless in a debate? Okay. Questions for you. Alright. Delora casts her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sob. I am willing to serve you as a patron, but I have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being.
Updated my journal.
Anything I can help you with? She looks up from the floor and into your eyes. Once more, you're struck by the pale smoothness of skin, the cold depths of her silvery eyes. No, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think all things shall be resolved. Are you certain there's nothing I can do? Certain? Delora pauses as if thinking. No, I am not. My first love, Merriman, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy. Like, this is actually a legitimate concern. Does she mean actual keys to her heart? Because that is a thing in Planescape. I'll find this Merriman and I'll speak with him on your behalf. Journal. Delora nods, the slightest hint of a smile appearing on her lips. Were you to find and speak with Merriman, I would be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation, so you may wish to ask for him at the Civic Fest Hall. Alright. So there's one of them down. Try this other one who's in the hallway here. Here she is, Vivian. This tall, elegant woman with her sharp features and regal demeanor is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small file dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent that seems to draw you towards her. She looks you over, arching a brow and with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings, my name is Vivian. Am I to presume I am being summoned? No, I just had some questions. Go on, then. What are you doing here? Aside from my work as a student here, I am looking for something, actually. You would not happen to have smelled it, would you? Smelled it? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. 'tis somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident. Though you never know with the ladies around here. So, by any chance, have you smelled it somewhere? I don't. How can a scent go wandering? Let's see. Vivian shakes her head. I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times and have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now poof, it's gone. I need not bear such annoyances. I want that scent back, and I want it now. How would you know if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. It is quite striking, especially to men. I can help you. No imposition. I'm pleased to help such a lovely woman as yourself.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words piking and agent stick. Vivian smiles and nods to you. You are too kind. Very well. If you run across it, please let me know. I am somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. Okay. Just gotta keep our eye out for a scent. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 doors along. No, there's 11 doors along the side. So even if there's only 10 students,
All right.
it might very well mean that there's some double. There's some empty rooms or whatever. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft, sea-green eyes. Greetings, I am Yves. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Yves? Whatever. Yves? And that's an actual name. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Have you come to trade tales? I'd like to trade tales. Okay. Tell her the story of waking up in the mortuary. Yves leans forward as Yves. Let's call her Yves. Yves leans forward as you tell the tale of your awakening in the Dustman's mortuary. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. I too will tell a tale of the Dustman. Chapters of the dead. Chapters of dust. There are chambers in the Dead Book. There are chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome which the Dustmen keep that records the passing of all that lives into the eternal boundary. In this book, there are chapters that are not but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer life eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. Alright. Hell, my name may be in one of those. Tell the story of the Alley of Lingering Sighs. Eve leads forward as you tell the tale of the alley giving birth. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a Modron is? Yeah, I know what a Modron is. Then I shall tell you the tale of the clock in the quadrangle. Once upon a time, there existed a Modron. It was newly created, its logic fresh and untested, and it had come to sigil, following the commands of its Modron superiors. It knew of nothing but commands and dictates, of obedience and passing along the orders of its superiors. For you see, Modrons are only aware of the commands of their immediate superiors. They have no grasp of a higher authority until this one. One day it came upon a small shop, within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, the wheels of its handles broken. The Modron immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filed and oiled the clockwork machinery, and carved new hands from the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, and it comforted it as much as anything may comfort a Modron. And what the Modron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock it had worked on, and for reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in sigil and be with the clock for the rest of its years. That's neat. Tell her the story of Requin's curse. now we get the Gilded Tale, another experience thing. Upon the plain of Ysgard is the Gilded Hall, where those sensates that seek the pleasure of gullet and loin can be found. They indulge these passions in earnest, never realizing that the doors of the hall never open, and that there is no clear path back to the civic festival. They are the unwanted sensates, the ones that do not truly believe in the faction, but instead seek only pleasure for pleasure's sake. Are prisoners who do not realize they are such truly prisoners? It's kind of fucked up, man. Story of Farad. Go on. Once came a man who had experienced the most beautiful thing in the multiverse. It was his intention to place the experience within one of the Civic Fest Hall's sensory stones, magical devices which hold feelings and memories for an eternity, leaving them for others to partake of. But he thought about it. Wouldn't its being shared dilute the experience? So he held it to himself, precious thing that it was, and aged with the memory. But as he aged, the memory became tarnished and beaten, and he could no longer recall the glory of the experience. Okay. Ask one of your companions if they have a story to tell. Anna, do you have a story to trade? I am no good at telling such things, I'm not. She frowns and waves her hands as if trying to shoo away the idea. Don't ask for much nonsense. Alright, just tell the story already, Anna. Oh, God damn. Please share your story, Anna. Okay, so you got to say the magic word, please. Anna looks uncomfortable, her tail lashing slowly back and forth. Well, I know one story. She suddenly becomes angry, glaring at Eve. But you might not like it, you won't. So don't be blaming me for your choking it out of me. Anna scowls, then finally relents with an exasperated sigh. I heard a story when I was a wee lass. Miss Burke's walking home real late near Andypeat, and passes an old toothless crone in a dark and otherwise empty street. Where are you going? She asks him. Home, to me wife and kip, he says. Near the slag? She asks him. Sure enough, he says. So she asks him a favor, to take a box she's got to Debtor's Pit and give it to the woman there. Now this Burke's a real sap, too. Now this Burke's a real sap, too nice to say no, despite the fact that he's sure something's not quite right about this old crone. And he agrees. But what's the woman's name, he asks. Where does she live? Where should I look for her if she's not by the Debtor's Pit? The woman hands him the box, a wooden thing, wrapped in colored cloth, and tells him to just go, and she'll be there. Finally, she warns him, and whatever he does, do not open the box. So he takes it home, and he hides it in the rafters, thinking he'll bring it by Debtor's Pit when it's laid out. His wife, though, seeing him hide in the box, gets right jealous, thinking it's a gift to a lover or something, and opens it up soon as he's not looking. Well, it turns out the box was full of gouged out eyes and severed male members with the hair still on them. Her scream brought the Burke running, and he remembered what the crone said, got right scared, and wrapped the box back up. He went out straight away to Debtor's Pit, and sure enough, there was another old hag waiting for him there for him. He hands her the box, and she says to him, "This box has been opened and looked into." The poor Burke tries to deny it, but she gets this dreadful look in her face. "You've done something horrible," she tells him, then disappears. That done, he hurries back to his kit. He's feeling ill when he gets back, and takes it to bed. His wife bitterly regretted opening the box and all, but it was too late. The next day he died of a rotten disease, and the first things to go were his eyes instead. Anna nods grimly, her tale complete. That was a wonderful tale, Anna. You should never hesitate to share it. Ugh, yuck. I have one for you and your companion, the parched land. Once a large village was struck by a terrible drought. A farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone and again implored it as the cause of the drought. He asked the stone why it did nothing when the fields were parched and dying, why the animals and the people suffered while the stone did not a thing. Have we not given enough offerings? The farmer asked, begging almost upon his hands and knees, but the stone did not respond. It merely sat and cast its shadow. Alright, you know what? I've still got a couple more companions to go through. Just one moment. Alright, sorry about that. Alright. One of my other companions, Dakon. I shall impart the tale of Akali drowning. Dakon tells the story of Akali, a foolish Githzeri of myth who had become lost in the chaos of Limbo. Normally, a single Githzeri may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Akali did, however, ask so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her isle of matter dissolved around her and she drowned. Okay. Another version of your tale that I have heard. Okay. Yves goes on to tell a different version of Dakon's tale, in which Akali was driven from the Githzeri city and attracted lore for her constant useless prattling. One day she encountered a Slotty on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Slotty found difficult to break down. Hungrily it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and as she became more absorbed in her pointless queries and the Slotty's answers, her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter limbo. So it's the same tale, just slightly different. Huh. Interesting. Okay, do I have any more tales? No, I don't. Okay. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Speak with Nenny. Okay. Tell me about this place, etc., etc. Okay. What about your own story? Once upon a time, a girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle if she would go on to, as to what would give her a purpose. Now, the oracle was not evil, but it was vague and tended towards drink, which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story that she would hear in her lifetime was the truth that she had sought. The girl went off and collected stories, which she chases to this day, not knowing which of the thousands hold the truth. Such is the danger of a foolish question and the wisdom of an unspoken word. Okay, what you call the tail chaser, etc., etc. Okay, she just told the same story. What are you doing here? Another question. I think that's all I need from her. Okay, now the next door. Hopefully not all of them are going to be that involved.
I'm gone.
She's already with somebody. This wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with an angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered only by a narrow leather thong, a black cloth brazier, and armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription Kamaxi Adderton. Kamaxi... that's going to fuck up my pronunciation this entire time. And just what are you looking at, you banged-up sod? You, I had some questions. The tiefling rolls her eyes. And what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue's not wide enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. Oh, you seem to like the taste of offal in your mouth, you dun-breathed cretin. It's only because it's like kissing you, you mangy stinkpot. Kiss me, she makes a retching sound. I'd rather kiss a bloody mass of phlegm than lay my lips on you. No thanks. Don't thank me. Thank the power someone actually wants to kiss you. Kim actually looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant, a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. Alright, what do you want with me? This seems like a conversation that Morty should have got into. I'll bring him here if I ever catch him again. Alright, who are you? My name? Understand. My name? Uninterested. I can guess yours, though. Scarbunch, get out of here before I put a fire under your arse. Okay, what are you doing here? Not you, that's for certain. She smirks at you. I'm contemplating the best ways to tell you to pike off next. Trying to find Vivian's scent. Marissa stole it. I haven't met her yet. Are you sure of this? No, but I'm hoping you'll go stomping in her room and upset her enough to do something awful to you. Never mind.
All right. Done.
This is ridiculous. Let's take a look in here while there's nobody in here.
All right.
Nope. Handkerchief. Nope.
I'm gone.
Come on. Oh, god damn, pathfinding.
Locked.
Okay, that's locked.
All right.
Let's close this door.
Done. All right.
Wait, can I
gone.
close this door? God damn it, let me close the damn door. Oh, I can't.
Done.
Why
Done.
can't I close the door?
I'm gone. Done.
It's because he's standing in it. So once you open this door, you're pretty much fucked.
Done. Failed.
Alright, so I can't bash it open. Let's continue on our way.
All right.
So we've talked to, what, 3 students? This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy, raven-colored hair, bluish skin, and shimmering crimson eyes like rubies, which have fires lit behind them. Though she is not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I am Kesai Saris, so tell me, what might I do for you? Well, what do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course. Usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Kesai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy, I've heard everything. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. Kesai arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and divas dream, you know. Are you certain that you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Too peculiar. I am lost as to what to say. What are you? Kesai shakes her head. What? Can't you tell? A woman. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I'm plain touched, actually, like your friend here. Kesai indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. What are you doing here? Entertaining your questions, it seems, she winks at you. Really, though, I am a student of Mistress Grace's. All the prostitutes in the brothel are. That's right, the brothel is actually a school for women who are thinking of becoming sensates. Mistress Grace teaches us the ways of language so that we can better identify with ourselves and those around us. It lets us experience the planes more fully, you know. Okay, tell me about the sensates. Had another question. You tell me about this place. Another question. Trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? No, I don't. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny about it. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. Okay. That's all I wish to know.
I'm gone.
On to the next door. And who is this? Marissa? Oh man, should I? Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes? Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition like so. Rude and foolhardy. You hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze, or the hissing of serpents. She's a Medusa! My apologies, I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman give... Editor, where are you? The woman give us a slight humph. But it would seem that there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then? I have questions. What are you doing here? Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to you voice hearers. The silence of both of them, literal and figurative, is deafening. Why do you have such a terrible disposition? Because something of mine is missing, and something unwanted has arrived at my doorstep in its place.
Updated
What's
my
gone
journal.
missing? My veil, my crimson veil. Have you seen it perchance? Is it just a normal veil? No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Just some questions answered. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? No, I've not a clue. Must take my leave. Alright, so we've got to find a veil for the Medusa chick.
Done. All right.
And there is nothing in here, is there? Oh, wait, what's this? Oh my god. Okay, let's go ahead and go back upstairs. Let's finish this floor.
Done.
Anybody in here?
Locked.
No one's in here.
Locked.
You know, I just
Locked.
realized something. I have a fucking thief in the party.
Thing's locked.
Yeah, well, you're a thief. Thieving skills.
Got it.
Money.
Might as well.
And more thieving skills. Then we'll go back and pick that other lock.
Got it.
See, when in doubt... Oh, crap, she's full. Anyway, when in doubt, go ahead and bust out the thieving skills. Gotta organize things.
Right.
Alright, what did I leave in there? Silver bracelet. And thieving skills.
Got it. Might as well.
She's pretty damn good at opening locks. I'll give that to her. One moment. Sorry about that. I had a quick phone call there. My bad. See, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm robbing the place. It's a throwback to my D&D, or throwback to my Baldur's Gate series.
Might as well.
Not here. Over here. Okay. Which one was locked? This one?
Right.
Special ability, thieving,
Right.
thieving tools.
Messed up.
Ah, crap. Failed. Failed. That sucks. Well, there's only a couple more rooms.
I'm gone.
Pop this door
All right.
open. And this is Echo. This striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress, held precariously by golden clasps, is draped over her shapely form. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her sweetly perfumed, fills her nostrils. I had some questions. Who are you? Can you speak? Can you write
Updated my
in
journal.
pantomime? She pouts, shaking her head. May I ask why you can't communicate? Actually, let me ask you about something else. Who are you? Are there questions? What can you tell me about this place? I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Marissa's Crimson Veil. That's all I want to know. So she's mute. All she can do is listen.
Done.
It's kind of messed up. Nenny Nine Eyes. Does she, like, literally have 9 eyes? This petite, attractive woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gratefully and looks at you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I am Nenny, and how are you this fine... She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt. All over. They're old scars. I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to hear... She can't seem to tear her eyes from your scars. Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I am named Nenny. She makes a little curtsy. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for the slaking of intellectual lusts. She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under those scars, too. What's that one? She points to one of your 2 tattoos. That one's... looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink... I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it. I think that's ink. She traces a finger around the edge of the tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern. Look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're permanent. Oh, I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. But I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. Not of the physical variety, really. Oh, but are you hurt inside, in the head? Mayhap I can help. In fact, I know I can. Part of the sensate's training is to learn how to draw hurt from others. My mistress says a sensate may draw pain from a wound and bring it to oneself. But nonetheless, I can help. May I try? Please say yes. Please do. Nenny clasps her hands and makes to rest them lightly on your forehead. As she draws near, you notice Nenny's skin is lightly perfumed with the scent of lilacs. She rests her gloved hands gently upon your forehead and closes her eyes. She hums lightly to herself, and you feel a faint warmth spreading through your body. Sure, so glad I could help. Nenny beams at you. She seems ready to burst with joy. What are you doing here? I'm talking to you, silly. Just like I talk to all the patrons here. All the prostitutes do. That's why what the brothel's about. Learning new ways to talk and share experiences and understand other people. Tell me about this place. Sure I can. The brothel for slaking intellectual lust is a school that was started by Mistress Fall from Grace. The prostitutes here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. Okay, what can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Oh, Echo. Yeah, she's a mysterious one, isn't she? Do you know that she never speaks, truly? Nenny leans in and lowers her voice. I think she was emotionally wounded, so badly that she may never speak again. I bet Delora knows, because she sometimes talked to the last lover Echo had when she still spoke. I need to find Vivian's scent. I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nenny. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. Nenny puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Oh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eyes, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? Not really. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice on me? I suppose I could try, you big mean, nasty brute. Meanie, how is that? Put more accent on brute. Better, now hit me. Nanny clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't, I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyway? Go ahead, do it lightly, if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nanny slaps at you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character. Come on. Show me what you've got. You can say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh. Nanny draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands into fists, puts them on her hips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damn be you. You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through, going out late at night. Her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think? Huh? Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some boot backlicker looking for your approval. I am my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. Time to let go of the anger. Phew, that was easier than I thought. I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thanks. Alright. Let's ask about Vivian's scent. Maybe I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person, and that sure sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. Another question.
Updated
And the
my
Crimson
journal.
Veil. I bet I do. I saw that nasty Kismax Addertongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know, but Kismaxie's really awful. Anyway, I'd talk to her first. Alright, so let's go ahead and deal with this.
Alright.
Kismaxie's probably
All right.
the Veil. I'll get the Veil first and then trade it for the scent. I had some questions. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Marissa's chamber recently. Is that connected with her missing veil somehow? Who told you that? She suddenly falls silent, glaring at you through narrowed eyes. If I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search in my room if you'd like. I catch you sniffing at my breeches, though. I'll see that you're never allowed in here again. Why would anyone ever sniff at your breeches? Beats me. Someone's nicked more than a few pair of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere, too, with the iron studs. Okay. I've got to go... this is going to be like a 10-point...
Alright.
Who took who from
I'm
who
gone.
thing. This is bullshit. Oh, there's still 2 rooms I need to look through, too. Alright, some questions. Kamaxi said someone's been taking things from her room, too. Have you
Updated
seen
my
anything
journal.
odd? Oh, that's right. You know, once I saw a man sneaking out of Kazmaxi's room while she was out talking to a patron. I walked the front doors all that day, but he never ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out the window, so I never figured out where he went, and then I totally forgot about it. Okay, so yeah, there is that secret door down there. So let's finish these 2 rooms. Talk to Juliet. This dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes, I'm named Juliet. How may I... Oh, never mind, never thou mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. Oh, nothing at all, only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase this dreadful, tedious passage. Is your life so tedious? Alas, it is. Dreadfully boring. I could add some excitement to your life. Doubtful at best. I am already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. 'Tis just what I wish. Something more of a... Is the relationship lacking, then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going so smoothly. 'Tis not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had such a courtship? 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. Alright, I can't remember any courtships I have had. 'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships. One's fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one another's backs, poisons, mad siblings, and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves. A great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. What did you have in mind? Some element of danger. Why don't you make up some fake love letters from a hidden affair? Excellent notion, most excellent, but he knows my handwriting. Not my sort of thing. I can find you some, though. Oh, wouldst thou? Excellent. You must us find some. Please give them to my love, Montague. It may be found within the Civic Festival. As for the letters, please try Scofflaw Pen. He runs a print shop.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so there's one more door.
All right.
Is there anybody in here? Alright, there is nobody in here.
I'm gone.
So here's what I'm going to do. I've been streaming for a little while. I'm glad to be back on the path of Planescape Torment. I'm going to be doing this more often now that everything seems to be working properly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up here. And in the next episode, we're going to deal with these Modrons after we go downstairs and find out what's down there. So, this has been the RPG Crawler. If you like what you've seen, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye, and thank you those who have watched all the way through.